It's all over. I'm the only one left.
这是就是代表发表会好像失败的意思吗？要不然为什么就是会连还是被主管骂之类的？不太了解。好，反正不管，我们就继续走。那个声音，哦，那什么？那间店，他们旁边那间店。哎，哎呦，这里有东西。
What are you doing? I saw you doing that.
Stay away from me. Don't come near me.
This is people's property. You're scaring them.
It's all over the village. It's got into everything. It's so fast.
What are you talking about?
It's travelling down the wires.
Dear God, man, you've lost your mind. Where is Kate? What have you done with her?
Don't you understand? It's breaching the quarantine and adapting.
Give me that bloody can. Hand it over, Appleton.
No, get off.
No, Sam, stop it. You weedy little shit.
It's mine.
Give me the
Stop
can.
it. I need it.
Grow up! Fuck.
Oh, God, no. It's starting to manifest itself everywhere.
Stephen, come back.
Oh, Christ.
所以他原本想要试着，就是他们知道的东西就是那个光，但是他就是进化成实体化之后开始迫害人类吗？然后那个博士想要试着再把他抓回来，不要让他逃跑，就是他开始有点像是产生自己的意识嘛。就有门打开吗？打不开，锁住了。下一个回忆在哪里？跟着那道光走嘛，对不对？那边看到。我们现在去跟着那道光走。嗯？看一下它是哪里？很远的。这边。我要进去这边，这边门是开的。
Hello? Hello? Oh, Amanda, I thought you'd left town.
We tried. We did try. But they've closed all the roads and you can't get through. And then Georgie and Ben said they had headaches. And then they started bleeding. It was horrible. They were so scared. So Neil turned the car around and we saw the house was open, and I know we shouldn't have, but we just came in to clean up the kids, and then Neil and I started bleeding as well, and it's all over my blouse. Everyone was so tired.
It's all right, Amanda. Everything will be all right. Just try and calm down and tell me where Neil and the children are.
They're upstairs. They were tired, and Neil said they could take a nap in the bed, and we thought Barbara wouldn't mind as they're only children, and I was so tired, so Neil took them up. He took them upstairs to tuck them in.
And?
That was 6 hours ago. He never came back down. Just be too frightened to go and look.
Why don't we go and look together? I can hold your hand if you like.
Yeah. I think I could manage that, yes.
Please help me.
Of course I'll help you. Neil? Neil, are you there?
不会吧？天啊，这是什么？是凭空消失的意思吗？就是那个电流会先侵蚀人的身体，然后之后，这门是开的。可以锁的喷嚏，可以锁的。又是那个声音。
The whole thing reminds me of high school. Seeing Mars for the first time. That same rush of excitement. My hands are shaking.
这屋子可以进去吗？锁住了。哦，我们绕回来了。那就到光了。那光现在在哪？有看到？那边。跟着光走。怎么讲？这个游戏就是，虽然说它不是恐怖游戏，但是它有莫名的一种压迫感，就是像是刚刚那个情况，就是你明知道小孩死掉，但是你会跟着那些家人们一样，不希望他死掉。尤其他叙述事情的方式，让人真的就是能经历那种当下的感觉。不往这边跑。听到那个电话声吗？右边，左边。哦，这边啊，这边我还绕了一圈，我在干嘛？这边，这边。好的，这边。
The magnetic field is causing disruptions to phone signals and the rest of the electrics. There are voices on the line. It's 4 a.m. Maybe everyone is up looking at the light show.
天空的异象。那个光又回来了。而且你会发现，就是这个主角好像走路变得有点快，这是我的错觉。这房子进得去吗？这样进不去。
You have to make a decision, Lizzie. Especially now.
But I do love him, Father. I love them both.
He's married. There are other people involved in this.
Oh, I hardly think that anyone's in the position to claim the moral high ground, do you?
Well, I take your point about Stephen and Robert, but I think Kate might see things differently.
Do you? I mean, she's not screwing anyone else, pardon my French, but she spends all day and night locked up in that observatory. Stephen says they barely see each other. That's hardly a marriage, is it?
这好像就在讲，他好像喜欢那个博士，就是凯特的丈夫，就是有2个博士嘛。然后这次事件好像那2个博士就是不小心用出来的。有东西吗？没东西。这树也不能动。 光不知道跑到哪里去。有电话声。有血。
Visual and auditory distortions are becoming more frequent, along with mild convulsions to the left side, all of which support a preliminary diagnosis of intracranial hypertension, occurring as a result of a substantial and rapidly expanding tumor, originating, I believe, within the hypothalamus. Cognitive functions are currently unimpaired. Aside from this crippling headache, hemorrhaging is becoming more frequent, with darker clots passing through the nasal passages primarily. I believe I am dying. This is certainly not flu or anything else I have ever encountered, and certainly a tumor cannot expand this rapidly. In the blood clots, I see tiny flecks of what looks almost like, if I had to try and find a description, liquid light. I cannot explain this phenomenon.
所以，就是那道光导致这个城镇所有人们都死掉。但是从刚刚到现在，我们目前死掉的人只有看到他的血迹，但是我们从来完全没有看到任何一个人是真的躺在地上。
Dr. Wade, here you are. There's a queue of patients a mile long out there.
Just send them to the village hall with the others, please, Bob.
Doctor, people are scared. Mrs. Gables just called me and said her husband's vanished. She was very frightened. She said there was blood coming up from his ears and his nose.
What the hell do you want me to do? Until they lift the quarantine, we're not going anywhere. Just tell them to drink plenty of fluids, stay warm, and follow the instructions on the radio.
Dr. Phil, please, you have a duty to your patient. Your nose.
所以博士是在这时候知道他中枪的，所以才开始录这些症状。然后凭空消失，好像只要受到影响的人，全都会凭空消失。到底什么鬼东西啊？很恐怖。可是为什么我们的主角不会受影响？很奇怪。这边。然后都是血迹跟擦拭的纸，完全没有看到半点人影。
I saw you from the main road. Not many people are moving around now.
I was looking for Dr. Wade.
Listen, Frank. I don't know what's happened, but your Stephen seems to think he's responsible.
I reckon he is.
He said, Kate's still up at the observatory, but the gates are locked. Frank, there's going to be a rescue soon, I'm sure of it. They'll send planes or something.
Well, they'll send planes, all right. This pattern of his, we're in the center of it. Which means if they intend to stop it, we're right in the firing line.